Ride the dick of hate. Yeah, that's the title. So what's the context that explains that ridiculous phrase? A news story out of Bakersfield, California. That's what. The story and its video don't do a lot to set the stage, but let's report the facts as we have them. A toddler inside a convenience store does something his father considers to be bad and therefore punishable. Dad decides the appropriate measure of punishment is a punch to the face, and the appropriate time for that punishment is right now. Roll tape.
Oh, it's fucked up. Oh. Look at him, he's crying.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste time describing how appalled I am in participating in the usual ultra-liberal contest of who's the most offended by any and every observation. I just realized the Starbucks logo on my soy latte is an unfair generalized depiction of mermaids. They can't all live up to this heteronormative standard of beauty, you know? How close-minded of them. Oh, but the foam art is like so pretty though. Yeah, this is child abuse in plain sight. It's bad, and fuck that dad. Plain and simple. Beyond the obvious, there's a lot noteworthy going on here, though. The fact that this took place in a public setting with no attempt to hide it made by dad. The fact that the kid puts up his arms while fleeing, indicating he probably knows what's coming, meaning this probably happens somewhat regularly. The fact that dad walks away with a swagger like he just punched out the biggest guy in the bar. The fact that mom escorts the kid away with no apparent objection to what's just taken place. All of it. Terrible.
That's terrible.
None of it is more noteworthy to me, though, than dad's response after the fact. Once this video becomes public, dad of course receives some well-earned shame on the internet. Now, as awful as the event is, mistakes do happen, and it's at this point that any reasonable person owns up to his mistake, acknowledges his bad behavior, and promises to work toward future improvement. Nope! Instead, on Facebook, dad claims that the video doesn't show the whole story, and that those shaming him should, quote, ride the dick of hate.
You cannot be serious!
Nope, not sorry. And if you got a problem with it, you can ride the dick of hate. I suppose law enforcement is also just a bunch of haters too, as dad received a felony child cruelty charge for his efforts. Womp womp. Interesting too is dad's claim that there is so much more to the story, yet he writes a paragraph that offers no more details on the story. Got a problem with that? Ride the dick of hate. Now this is obviously an extreme example, but keep this guy in mind and watch out for his kind. The kind who can be caught with irrefutable evidence of wrongdoing, but insist everything is just a conspiracy against him. The kind who can punch a child in the face, yet insist on playing the victim in the situation. You might not have child punchers in your life, but you'll often find people who think like him. People who are incapable of admitting fault. People who refuse introspection and self-analysis. People who will blame everybody else, no matter how wrong they are. People who, when confronted on their wrongdoing, don't think, maybe the others are right. Maybe my behavior is bad, and maybe I ought to work to improve. No, no, no. These people merely respond to all adversity with ride the dick of hate. Avoid them like fun avoids destiny. Ah, you did it. You said it. It's been a couple videos, had to fit one in there. Anyway, part of this video is sincere social commentary and part is just honest appreciation for the phrase, ride the dick of hate.
Ride the dick of hate.
It's definitely a phrase that I'm using going forward. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this series. Appreciate the thoughtful comments and discussion below, as well as on Twitter at skag_3. I appreciate all comments, those that ride the dick of hate and those that pound the pussy of praise. So right away. Okay, thanks. Bye.